Hello everybody. Today the video is still about dividing, but instead of dividing a number, for example, by one divisor. Okay, this is the dividend, this is the divisor, and when we put the answer here, that is our quotient. But instead of dividing by one divisor, we're going to divide by two. However, the strategy is still going to be the same one we did for one divisor. And again, it's very important that you know your tables to help you. So I'm going to start with a small one first. So I'm going to do 270 divided by 18. And we are going to use multiplication to help us divide, because multiplication is the operation that is the opposite of division. So multiplication and division go hand in hand, or they undo each other. So here I'm going to start with 18. And remember, whatever we had here, we would multiply by those multiples of 10. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to actually start with 18 times 10, because this is an easy one for me to multiply. Multiply by multiples of 10, right? And 18 times 1 is 18. And then you have a 0 here that you add here. This number is very close to this. I think I could use that. I mean, I could try 18 times 20, but I know my tables, or I know how to multiply. If I multiply 18 times 2 is actually 36, plus 0 is 306. It's going to be greater than this. So my answer is going to be here, right? It's going to be between 10 and 20, actually, because 10 is still not all I need. 20 is going to be, like I said, would be 360. So 270 is somewhere in between here. So my answer is going to be somewhere in between 10 and 20. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the 10. Okay, I may have to do it a couple times, but that's okay. So I'm going to do 18 times this 10 equals 180. Then we subtract. 0 take away 0 is 0. We talked about the grouping here. I'm going to still do the same way we always do. 7, you cannot take away from 8. So I have to regroup from here. So this turns into a 1. This is a 17. 17 take away 8 is 9. And 1 take away 1 is 0. Okay, I'm going to back up this a little bit, and you're going to see how I can do that without regrouping. Just, you can think about it and see if that's something you would be interested in doing. We know this 27. The 7 is in the tens place. So I can read this as 27 tens. 27 tens. And here I can read this 18 as 18 tens, because the 8 is also in the tens. Well, so 27 tens take away 18 tens is going to be 9 tens. Well, if I put a 9 here, look at that. This is 9 tens. So it's the same answer I had before, and I did not have to regroup anything here. So 27 take away 18 is 9. Because now you're talking about tens here and tens here, and you take 27, take away 18, you get 9. And the answer is here. Okay, so that's one way to do it too. I'm going to go back. Oops, the 0 stays here. I'm going to go and do the same thing we did before though. Okay, so 7, I cannot take away 8. 17 take away 8 is 9. 1 take away 1 is 0. So I have 90. Now, obviously, 18 times 10, I can't do it anymore. It's too much. Now, this is way too much, actually. Now, if you kind of start thinking about numbers, I know 90 is actually half of 180. And you know what I can do? I can do this. Like 18 times 1, I know is 18. So I'm going to go kind of far away here, further from 1. And again, I'm going to say I know 90 is half of 180. So what is half of 10? It's 5. Now you can keep trying 1, 2, 3, that's okay. Now, how do we multiply this? Then you can choose how to multiply by 5 by 18. You can do your area model if you need, or you can do standard algorithm. I think this one you can easily do standard algorithm, boys and girls. So 5 times 8 is 40. 4 goes up here. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 90. There you go. So it's 18 times 5 equals 90. So I'm going to put 5 here, and I'm going to put my 90 here. Take away. And then I get 0. And my answer, I'll add up 10 plus 5 equals 15. It is indeed between 10 to 20, like I had said it would be. And all you had to do is multiply by the multiples of 10 first to kind of figure out, and then you have to go in between. You're going to have to use a lot of multiplication for this. All right, so I'm going to do one more. Now I'm going to use a larger number. So it's 7,704 divided by 24. So same thing. Okay, let's find 24. I'm going to do 24 times 10. Now 24 times 10 is 24 times 1 is 24. Add this is 240. Now, if I put 240 here and take away, I'm still going to be 7,000 something there. So I would have to do this over and over again. So I feel like this number is too little for this one. So I'm going to try, instead of the 10, I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to go down here a little bit. 100. 24 times 1 is 24. Add the 2 zeros. Ooh, that is 2,400. Now I'm in the thousands here. Now, I can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I would have to say you may have to do it a couple times, 3 times, maybe the same thing. But 2,000 to 7,000, know what? I'm going to try something else. I'm thinking because 24 times 2, I know 24 times 2 equals 48. Then I have 2 zeros. Oh, that is much closer to this. Let me try one more. Who knows? 24 times 300. So I actually have to do 24 times 3. So if you want to do 24 times 3 on the side here, you can. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 goes here. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Oh, 72. Plus the 2 zeros. All this is the best for me to do, 24 times 300. So I'm going to put 300 here, and I'm going to put 7,200. So 24 times 300 equals 7,200. And we do the subtraction. 4 take away 0 is 4. 0 take away 0 is 0. 7 take away 2 is 5. 7 take away 7 is 0. So could you have done the 10, the 100, sorry. Could you have done 24 times 100 and put 2,400 here? Yes. But guess what? You would have to do it at least 3 times. 3 times to get to this answer. And you still have another step to do, right? At least one more. So think about it. You can multiply by these. You're just adding zeros. Okay, so you can try that. Well, now we are trying to divide 500, not done yet, right? 504 is still bigger than 24, so I can still keep on going. Now I'm going to go back to here because 24 times 100 is way too much now. So I'm going to go back to here. Can I do 24 times 10? Okay, I can. But I am thinking about this now. Look, 24 times 20. We already did 24 times 2 here, 48. The only thing I'm going to add only 1 0 this time, and this is a lot closer. Could I have done this one? Absolutely. But I found something closer. And these numbers, look at these, that I'm multiplying by are easy numbers to multiply by because you multiply only by these numbers and then you add the zeros. So I'm going to go with this 24 times 20 equals 480. 4 take away 0 is 4. 0 cannot take away 8. Can we use that strategy we talked about? Let's look at this number here. Okay, this number is 50. 50 tens, right? 50 tens. And I'm taking away 48 tens. It's okay, you're taking away the same thing. 50 tens, take away 48 tens. Well, 50 take away 48 is 2. There you go. I didn't have to regroup anything. But you can, if you still are not there yet, that you can see this as 50 tens and 48 tens, that's okay. You can do the regrouping to subtract. Okay, well, now I have 5 times 24 and I have 24. Well, how many groups of 24 can I make with 24 that I have left? I can make only one group, 24 times 1, obviously, right? Equals 24. So I'm going to put my 1 here. 24 times 1 equals 24. Subtract. So it's my final answer. Add this now is 321. Or I would have added 001, 02, and 3. 321 is the answer to this. How can you double check your work? You can figure out if you did it correctly or not. You can simply do 321, which is your quotient, and multiply by your divisor, the one you were dividing by. When you multiply, you should get this total here. Now, how do you multiply? You can choose to use the area model if you need to, or you can do standard algorithm. For the purpose of checking this work, I'm going to use standard algorithm, okay? So 4 times 1, remember, standard algorithm means I'm going to multiply the digits at the bottom by all digits at the top. So I'm going to start with this 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. Now I put 12 here because there's no more numbers to multiply by. Now I have to multiply the 2. I have to multiply these two. But remember that these two, the trick is understand this 2 is not a 2, is a 20, right? So I have to put a 0 here, which is not a magic 0. This 0 is because I'm multiplying by 20. It's holding the place here. 20 is in the 10th place. So I have to add that 0 for the 10 that you have in here, okay, to make it in tens. I'm talking about tens, not ones anymore. So you put the 0 for this 20 here and you multiply just normal. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. One thing I always reminded my students last year or in the past years is that when I multiply this one, the answer has to start right under it in the tens place. See, I'm multiplying the tens, so my answer has to start in the tens here. So the 0 is just helps me see this one is in the tens place. Okay, then you add the numbers. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10. So far it's matching. One regroup one here. 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1 is 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. So it is indeed correct. My division, I did my division correctly. Okay, so we will practice more today, but watch this video over and over. Practice, pause, get a question in the book. Practice and try again. Okay, so I hope this helps, and I will see you later. Bye.